It is Leona here from This is Galway, and we are delighted to meet the wonderful team behind Galway's latest fitness venture, H91 Fitness. And we'll come to you first. John, you are the powerhouse behind this wonderful venture. Can you tell us a bit about how H91 Fitness came about?
Thanks for having us, first and foremost. I think it was important for us to collab with you guys, the voice of Galway, as we say. So I suppose this interview is important for us to show the team behind it, like what we're about, where we're from, and what we hope to bring to Galway. So H91, it came out, and I was looking through my phone. The first logo I designed was in January 2021. So almost like a COVID idea that grew legs and grew legs and grew legs. So I kind of had owned and operated large commercial gyms for the last 10, 15 years. So this idea came whereby I felt Galway was missing an aspect of fitness that I love, which is community, talking to each other. I think as a society, I love the gym industry. I think we've become a little bit recluse lately, where you're going into a gym, everyone has their earphones in. I'm a big talker, as you'll find out in this interview. And I think we kind of lost a bit of connection with people, where I'll be in the gym and I'll say, hey, how's it going? And people are looking at me like I'm that weird guy. So it's something I really feel that we've kind of lost the run of ourselves. Like I have a bit of a CrossFit and triathlon background, so community was so big. You go and you train with your friends, and that was your social outlet. Where now I think, for me, Galway's missing that. I think London and Dublin are kind of getting into it a little bit. So for me, it was about creating a space in Galway where predominantly I could hang out with my friends, have fun, get fit, get healthy, make new friends and make new connections. So for me, H91 was to get all the things I love about fitness, which is the strength and conditioning side of fitness, high rocks, which is huge at the moment, yoga, which is so important to everyone, and then a sweat class, which is for everyone from male to female, all ages and ability, that we can all come in under the one roof, one big space where we can all train together, laugh together, get to know each other, none of this earphone nation anymore, and then to have a little area where we can sit down after, get to know each other, have a drink, have social nights. So for me, it was about bringing not only a new fitness idea to Galway, but bringing a new community aspect to it, where people struggle the most with fitness to actually go to the gym and train, and that's the hardest thing. So we want to create a space where 7,000 square foot in Bonham Quay in the heart of Galway City, beautiful new development, where we're looking for people to come on their days off to have a coffee, because it's a nice, happy space. We'll have community nights, to have movie nights, and we want to create a space where it's not hard to go in, and when you go in, you're going to get the work done and have fun and then go home. So for us, it was to create a nice fitness hub for me and my friends, really.
Yeah, and there was a massive gap in the market for this, and you picked a stunning location. So why Bonham Quay?
For me, Bonham Quay was, I love the line that they have, where the city meets the sea. I think it's a beautiful line. Like, I'm born in Barna, so we were born on the sea, so I always have a special connection to the sea. The development, as you can see, it's stunning up here. And I think Galway's missing, in the heart of it, something like this. Like, we've got a lot of office workers around here, a lot of people working from home. Again, going back to that community aspect, people are isolated a lot. So to have this opportunity to come to Bonham Quay, which in my opinion is a 5-star development, and to be lucky enough to come in here and bring a 5-star fitness facility to it, how could you not want to do it? You know, for me, it's just merging everything that I want. I wanted to create a boutique style upmarket fitness model based on what I've seen in the UK and what I've seen in the States, and it's coming to Dublin now. But Galway, I think we're 5-10 years away from that, so I think it's important that we bring that here, and there's no better location for me than Bonham Quay.
100%. It is a stunning spot, and you mentioned that there's going to be a wide variety of classes. Can you briefly tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, well, for me, strength and conditioning and CrossFit would have been my background after triathlon, so it's definitely something that I wanted to implement. But as I got older, unfortunately, competing in CrossFit didn't suit my body, a lot of the movements, as in there's certain sides of it that I love. The strength side, I love it. The Olympic weightlifting, I love it. The conditioning side, I love it, as in what it does for your body and your physique and your mind. It's great. And then there's certain aspects that I don't like, as in there's no need to teach a 45-year-old man how to walk on his hands. I don't think so. So what I've done with this strength idea is to take all the aspects of that kind of training that I love and merge it into something safe that's accessible to everyone. So our H91 strength class is designed for that. It's an hour. It's portioned 30% strength, where you learn how to do compound lifts nice and safely, and then we'll condition you guys as well. So that's one of our classes. Then another class, what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of take the Barry's boot camp kind of vibe of treadmills, nightclub vibes, dumbbells, accessible to everyone. So we've introduced our sweat class, which is 45 minutes, where you're going to come in, you're going to get worked hard. There's nothing technically difficult to learn. And we're going to portion the workouts where one day will be, say on Monday will be an upper session where we're going to focus on upper and conditioning. Tuesday will be lower, Wednesday full body. So the whole idea of H91 is to get the best trainers in Galway, which I've done, and bring them into the one roof where I know that we're going to have the best programming, we're going to have the best training facility, and I know that people are going to get the best results in a really safe manner. There's nothing worse for me than when you're going to a gym and you do a class and it's all legs, and then you come back the next day, the same class with a different teacher, and they do legs again. So for me, it's so important to get the best trainers, get the best programs, so everyone gets the best results, I suppose. And then I'll hand you over to this man. So this is our High Rocks expert.
Finn, for those who have not heard of High Rocks before, you'd have to be living under a rock because it is massive at the moment.
Hugely trendy at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, can you tell us a bit more about what it is?
It is a big functional fitness event. The race is the same format through everywhere in the world. It is 8 functional fitness stations, and in between each functional fitness station is a 1 kilometer run. So you'll be challenging for the runs and with the strength aspect, your stamina, skill, and your confidence as well with the runs and strengthening it as well.
Excellent. And if someone has never tried High Rocks before, can I say that once more?
Yeah, go try it, yeah.
Because I messed that up. For someone who hasn't tried High Rocks before, is there a class to suit their
Absolutely,
level?
yeah. The levels is all inclusive to every level, beginner, advanced. If you're completely like an expert at it, it's for everyone. That's the whole point of High Rocks. It's more accessible to people now rather than the CrossFit. That's why people might say it's a little bit more trendy nowadays, as it's a lot more accessible to people who are a little bit elderly, people who maybe don't have the right technique for the clean or the jerk. So it's for everyone really. Everyone can run. There's even sort of, what's it called?
I can edit all the ums and ahs out.
Yeah.
Question.
Okay.
No pressure.
For someone who hasn't tried High Rocks before, is there something to suit all levels?
Yeah, High Rocks is completely for every level in the gym, whether you're a beginner or completely advanced at High Rocks. It is for everyone involved. It's accessible to all ages as well. And your skill level does not matter at all. So you can compete in any division you like. The workout is set. So you have the same weights. You know what you're going in for. So it's not a surprise. But with our classes within the gym, our main goal is to create a clear path of progression for all members, whether they're experienced or new, as I mentioned. There'll be workouts in the week which will vary from simulation style workouts, power workouts, and engine workouts. So they'll be working on their strength, their cardiovascular endurance, as well as building their confidence as well within the gym, doing these performance lifts as well. And
you get big muscles like this.
And you get big muscles like that as well. So you can run fast, lift heavy. It's all the good things you want these days. And in H91, we're going to be having 5 rowers, 5 skiers, 7 assault runners, 100 square meters of AstroTurf, 6 sleds, and hopefully a class capacity of 25. So we have all the tools and the space in Galway that it needs for the High Rocks, really.
Excellent. And will these classes be going throughout the day at different times?
Yes, exactly. They'll be going out in the morning, in the evening, and a lunchtime.
Yep.
And a lunchtime class as well. So, and as well with the sweat and the strength, they'll know what they're coming in for. So it gives the members just that extra little bit of clarity around when they're coming in, what they'll be training, just so when they come in, it's not a huge surprise to them what they're going to be doing. And again, so they don't have sore muscles if they do an engine session and another engine session back to back, wherever you'll just be knackered. So
I think this works really well with what John was saying about the community aspect of H91 Fitness. The classes brings everyone together and gets to know.
Totally. Like for us, the big thing for me was that having worked in industrial style fitness, like CrossFit and stuff like that, and having big open plan gyms, and then having worked in large commercial facilities where the studios are small, I wanted to create a space that merges the two, where we have a 7,000 square foot unit we wanted 5,000 square foot of that to be open gym for each class. So it's not partitioned. We wanted to have a big open space, and a bit of luxury. So for me, it's not cramming 10 people into a class and a high rocks class becomes a glorified circuits class. For me, it was so important for it to be a big open space that people can say, I actually feel like I'm training for an event here as opposed to a circuit class. So for us, the design of the unit was so important to us. And then we'll touch on the yoga with Emer. For me, it was so important for yoga, having had gyms in the past with lots of yoga offerings where it was so difficult. There's such a demand for yoga. It's so difficult to put enough yoga classes in your schedule to make your clients happy, because a lot of yoga studios will only hold 12 to 15 people. So for me, it was a big thing here was we have a great location. It's panoramic glass on Galway docks. Like, this is absolutely beautiful. So my idea was to open it all out, that 5,000 square foot unit of gym floor space for our yoga class, where we can facilitate between 40, hopefully 45 yoga people. But my idea was that when the sun is coming up and the sun is coming down with the glass, like, it's just, I think we'll be able to give the people of Galway something that they haven't got before. And then, you know, if we're going to have 3 yoga classes on a day, morning, lunch and evening, so there's going to be an option for everyone to do the schedule. So I suppose we'll roll on to the amazing Emer O'Leary from the Ripple Effect Yoga.
Yeah.
So, okay, you can go for the introduction again.
I'll just leave it on the ground.
Okay, ready when you are.
Emer, how long have you been in the yoga industry?
So I've probably been practicing yoga about 15 years or so, which is kind of scary to say. I'm getting old. And then I trained up in yoga in 2019. I would have been try still to be like a runner. So I do a lot of training with Galway City Harriers, and I do a lot of strength work and all that. But what was missing out of my training was the recovery aspect of it. And I think we don't prioritize that enough. And like, when you're in it, you're like, oh no, I cannot take time off because, you know, I'm going to miss out on training. And the more I was pushing myself, the more I realised, oh God, there's an element missing here. Things weren't changing. My performances were kind of plateauing. And then of course I got injured. And then I turned to yoga for that reason mainly. But when I started it, I just had this amazing experience, and it was like, this is what has been missing. So it kind of just helps. It's really such a lovely practice for really connecting with your body. And so like, when you're doing the strength work, when you're doing your high rocks, and when you're running and you're competing, like you have this ability to listen to your body. So like, even just checking in with how your body is moving, where are you aligning, what's happening in your body, so you can kind of adjust so that you can get the best out of your body. And I find that so important. That has really changed my own performances. And also then the element of recovery. That idea that, like, say, when you're pushing your body all the time, that you have to give it the time to adapt. I never used to prioritize that. And because it's in a schedule now, you're scheduling in your recovery, which is like, it just makes it, if you are like into training, it makes it a little bit easier when you know you're scheduling this in. This is an important component of my training. So I love yoga so much. It has given me so much.
Excellent. And you mentioned how it's great for the body, it's great for recovery, but it's also great for the mind.
Oh, it's so good for the mind. It's a real, like, you can really connect into how your body moves, becoming aware of where your body is in space, and even the mobility aspect of it as well. But again, that's all linked. Mind and body is linked. So when you are more relaxed in your body, you can actually move with a lot more ease. And there's also that element of, say, understanding your body and respecting your body a lot more as well. And that all comes from that mind-body element as well. Yeah, and also your breath, which is such an important component of the yoga. And again, we use that in every aspect of your life, but in your training as well. Like, say, your inhale, your exhale, you're moving and you're working with your body as opposed to against it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what made you want to get involved with H91 Fitness?
Well, John approached me, and I love John. And I've been great friends with his wife as well, Barbara. We trained together, and I had trained with John previously anyway, and I know he's such a great guy. He has like such a great way of getting people motivated and getting people like excited and, you know, making it enjoyable to train. So when he said he was going to be setting up this, I said, count me in. And I love the element of community as well, because I feel like we're like people, even it might appear that people are like socializing and they're connected, but a lot of the time that's all just kind of just nearly like a performance. But like, say, really everyone needs to be connected. Everyone needs to have that like element to bring everybody together, and like, you know, you bounce off each other, you buzz off each other, and there's just, and also I like the aspect of, like, say, connecting on in a wellness umbrella as well. Yeah,
I think it's important because I see, like, obviously you've mentioned that Barbara, my wife, trains with you, and you've got such a lovely group. And when I was doing athletics, I had it with the lads as well, and it's nice that they'll go and train together, and a lot of the time they'll go for a coffee and they'll relax, and then I have the baby for 4 hours, and then Barbara comes back, which is great.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, in the gym industry, we're missing that. And I would love in H91 for people to get into that habit. And obviously it's not going to happen after every session, but I'd love, like, on a Friday or Saturday that they do their session, they go over to the wellness bar and they can relax and reconnect. And I just think it's such a nice thing to have. Do you know? I suppose we can go on to the wellness bar then and talk about Tad's vision for the wellness bar.
Oh, it's a good place.
Okay. Whenever you're ready. So then that brings us to the wellness bar and introducing Kat, who is going to take charge of the front of house and her vision of what the wellness bar will be.
Yeah, so for the wellness bar, we really just, you know, in recent years in Galway, we've seen such a shift away from, you know, people chasing just that physical fitness, you know, solely this physical fitness, and they're looking more towards well-being and having that outlet, having a space that's completely dedicated for that. In H91, we are bridging that gap, you know, allowing people to come in, to socialise, to have their nutrition looked after, you know, with all of our wellness shakes, our wellness shots, our drinks, everything, you know, everything's looked after. They're able to train, they're able to recover. And I think Galway's been missing a space like that. You know, we've seen a lot of people, as yourselves touched on, the recovery is so important, and we kind of find ourselves when we are training or in our fitness era, we kind of step away from socialization because there's, you know, drink involved, there's a lot of alcohol involved when you think of socializing, and you step away from that and you focus on fitness, but then you're mentally, you know, you're not recovering mentally, you're not recovering physically. I think at H91 we are bridging that gap again. So with the wellness bar, this is going to be a space where even if you're just kind of popping in between work, if you're finishing a class, this is your place for recovery, for socialization. So if you have finished a class and you're looking to chill for a while, you have a few minutes before work, or you're simply just looking to grab some nutrition or to fuel yourself with the correct ingredients, you're able to come to us and we can provide that for you. And there will be like-minded people in the space as well, you know, so it's not just, you know, that sense of loneliness where you're in a gym and you're kind of rushing about. There's none of that here with H91. You know, you're able to go into your class surrounded by like-minded people, come out to us and continue that sense of belonging and sense of community at the wellness bar.
Fabulous. And anyone can go to the wellness bar, anyone can pop in.
Anyone at all. And, you know, we're hoping to have some very, very exciting events held with the wellness bar and in H91, and events where, you know, you can bring your partners, you can, for the community, you can bring your little ones, you know, having movie nights, having so many different events that are so exciting that will really, really bridge that sense of community in Galway and have a space where you really don't need to go out and, you know, think of drink. You can come, have the fun, have the nutrition, have the socialization and really enjoy yourself.
Because we've been, like, obviously brainstorming about this for a while now, and I love the idea of, like, Cad's not a big drinker, I'm not a big drinker, and it's like the society that we live in now, it's so difficult, especially for, I think, guys in Galway to socialise with their friends unless there's alcohol involved. So, like, I love the idea of, we've ideas of, like, silent discos with, like, mocktails, and, like, at Christmas time to have, like, Christmas movies, bring your kids and stuff like that, where we want to try and have, on our app, we have a community page on our app, so we want to do monthly things, and, like, Cad's probably going to organise them more than me because it'd be a disaster if I organise them all. But we want to have things where you can bring your kids, bring your, like, and different occasions, like Wimbledon final, like we can have Wimbledon nights where we could do, like, non-alcoholic champagne with strawberries and stuff like that, where even football games, like, I'd love to ring my friends if there's a GA game on and say, can we go for a mocktail in H91 as opposed to going down the road for pints.
But I think this works perfectly with the community aspect, and you will see your new friends outside of classes. You can say, let's go to the wellness bar after class, or meet on a lunch break. You don't just see
Totally.
people drink
And then from that, you know, you meet their partners or you meet their friends, and then the whole thing just, I think we're bringing a new aspect to Galway, because things are changing a bit. You know, there are cafes now that, what I've heard, that they're looking for later licenses to stay open, because I think people are getting kind of sick of the Galway culture. So if we can facilitate that, it'd be great.
If a cafe closed at 3 or 4, you'll be open later to
3 or 4 in the morning.
3 or 4. Party cafe.
Like Amsterdam.
Instead of coffee.
Yeah, no, but like
We'll have it later, which is ideal for people to pop in.
For sure.
To work.
I think so. Like, and we're kind of in negotiations with like a really exciting Galway company that might be coming in to facilitate us as well, which is really exciting. Yeah. So look, there's loads of cool things, and I think with the space, because the space is so versatile, like we can really do cool things, like even with yoga events and yoga retreats and stuff. Like we have the facility where we can take in a lot of people, and then we can service them after with the wellness bar, you know. So I think we've got a lot of opportunities, hopefully.
And it is great for the nutrition side of it as well. It's mindful of that.
Totally, and it's a case like if someone comes in the morning, Finn's getting roped in with all the 5 a.m. wake up classes. So like I know the way it is. Like a lot of our clients will have families and kids, so like it is a case of you set your alarm and you have that 1 hour window to do your class and then get home. So I think with the likes of what we're going to do with the app, that you can book your smoothie or book your food like after your class, so like people could come and get their stuff and go. So we're just trying to make things convenient. Like obviously our clientele here, it's a lot of corporate, a lot of working professionals who are super busy. So for them to be able to even come here, where we will have an area, a laptop area where people can kind of get a break from the office, come down and work, do a session, get showered up. Like I think we're trying to facilitate what I think Galway is becoming.
And 5:30 in the morning for a class leaves no excuses before work to pop in for a workout.
No pressure for opening the gym up on time.
See, it's grand for these young bucks, you know, when you get to my age, you can't do that anymore. Yeah. But then just I suppose about the yoga, like, you know, Emer has her own yoga company, The Ripple Effect. You know, she was the first person I called because she's got such a good name. Like her company has a really, really good reputation. Yeah. So we're blessed that she's on board. And I think like our clients are so lucky to have it. So if you want to just talk a bit more about your own business, give yourself a plug as well.
Well, like I said, I'm so delighted to be a part of this.
A slight step up from that, and when that fell through, this development came to the market. So when I looked at that, obviously that was another step up. And to get that step, I suppose you need some friends with Cooper Punt, you know. Yeah. So I suppose that's how I met my good friend Cavi over here, the money man.
So like after COVID, I always wanted to do a PT, and then my friend introduced me with John, and after a few weeks spending most of the time with him, like no other day was like spending time every week, like 3 days with him, like it's lost. And then we start sharing few of our own thing, few my business ideas I have, and I was already involved with few other food businesses, and all the franchisee I have is good bit of them, you know. And I always say, John, we should do something together, you know, like, and that's I gave him my idea, and then I end up just quit the PT and like go back to party and the stuff. Yeah, and then we had really like we came closer, and then he invited me to his wedding as well, and we came more than friends and like, you know, family and all this. And then I gave him the idea we should do something together. Of course, he had already the idea to do something.
I was always scared. I remember you kept telling me we should do something together, and I was like, no, because I'd done it before years ago, and I was scared to do it again because it is a lot. And
then he knows I'm not like the others. We just leave him alone, and like, you know. And out of blue, like 2 years ago, he just texted me like, oh, I have the idea now to do H91. And I was like, oh, that's a great. And like he said, we tried the Salty location first, which was great as well. Things didn't go through, but even we got better Bonham Quay building. And like that's here we are now. And
I think everything happens for a reason. Like even the PT, it was so random how we came together and became really good friends. But yeah, here we go.
And like I said to John, we should take over full Ireland.
So yeah, poor Cabby's checkbook is on fire.
So no, lovely to have John and like full team here, you know. We'll do really well.
Like Cabby's a great businessman. He's got lots of business around Galway and Mayo. So like I'm lucky to have someone like that, you know, is so respected in the industry. To learn from him as well. I'm more of like a, what's the word, creative kind of person. I'm kind of like you, Emer. We're very creative, very and he's a businessman, you know, so I think it's a really good partnership, you know, and then by surrounding yourself with the best, like Cad and Finn, like they were the first two people I called really important for me to surround myself with, like a real core, strong workforce. So yeah, I think we're set up that we can't fail, I don't think.
You're a very strong team, and I'm excited to see the ideas become a reality in the coming months.
Yeah, like, you know, we got our builder's plan. So like the builder is going to start boring the concrete on the 22nd, pouring the floors, and he's promising that will be done by, I'm not promising, but he's promising
This leads me to the big question.
the 15th of December. We're hoping that we can actually bring people in. You're excited there, Cavi? Cavi's like, I can get some of my money back.
I couldn't believe every time I text John, I was like, is the lease being signed? Is the lease being... That's, I just want to be, you know, like 100% sure, like all the time I text, is the lease being signed yet? He's like, yeah, it's signed now. And now I was like, when the builder is starting, you know, like.
So we're hoping like 15th of December, I would love to be able to bring people in for a soft launch and just see how, no pressure, just see how it goes. And then January, then like we're ready to like really bring people in. So like we have our app finished. So our app will be launched on the 1st of October, where we're giving out 100 founding memberships, which will be 30% discount. So we're looking for those core people that believe in H91, and we're going to reward them with a 30% discount. So that's going to go live the first week in October.
The app sounds brilliant. Can you tell us more about the app?
So the app, we're working with a company called Glowfox. So they've developed a whole app for us that's integrated through our website. So the idea for me was to make things as smooth and easy for the customer, because obviously, as I've mentioned, we're in a busy environment. So like the app is the best I've ever worked with. You just open it up, you can book your class, you can book your drink, book your smoothie, buy some nice clothes like this boy here. So yeah, it's all about convenience, you know, and like we do, as I was saying to Emer and Cad, like we're going to try and hold events and stuff on Saturdays and Sundays. So like we'll be able to sell our events through the app. So it's a case that if there's a lovely yoga event that Emer wants to host, like we can do that through the app. So yeah, as of the 1st of October, it'll be live, and we've already got over 150 people on our subscription list inquiring about it. So we're really hoping that people believe in us as much as we believe in the project, and yeah, sign up. Do you know?
Excellent.
I think we're pretty much there, are we?
Sign up. Finn, I know we're looking forward to the fitness events in particular. Can you tell us a bit more about what to expect?
Absolutely. So obviously at H91, we're really looking forward to bringing the community together. And a way of doing that is, of course, through fitness and through the wellness bar, of course, as well. But within our fitness events, we want to sort of make a big community effort where we bring people together and either compete in high rock simulations, whether that being members as friends, partners, kids, whatever. They can all take part, obviously if they're over 16, in the High Rocks events that we have. And it won't just be High Rocks events, it could be sort of team events that we sort of structure every month or so. So every other month, we hope to have some fitness events, and alongside the High Rocks, obviously we want to coach them so that they either can progress and even compete at an actual High Rocks event themselves. That's obviously the general goal of it, to make them improve in their strength, fitness, and their confidence throughout the gym, so they can attend a High Rocks class, a sweat class, a strength class, and even with recovery with the yoga classes as well, just so that they can experience all our classes at once and really have a feel for the gym floor, the yoga floor, and everything like that.
And this must be second nature to you at this stage. So can you tell us a bit about your background with...
Yeah, of course I can. So my background, I've got a big background in rugby. I was playing quite a high level of rugby in the UK. And I came over to Ireland to play rugby again here. And through the sort of rugby, that's when my sort of last sort of season of rugby last year, Hyrox emerged. And I really sort of put my foot down with that, explored that sort of route, and I haven't gone back. I've done 15 Hyrox events with some of my best friends, and I've made friends through it. Some of my families as well. I've done a big event just with my whole family. So yeah, we absolutely love it, and I'm so excited to share my knowledge around it with our members and to coach them and make them progress, make them feel more confident in themselves within the Hyrox space.
15, that is...
Yeah, it's quite a lot of money spent on it's an expensive hobby, I'll tell you that. But you get to explore the world, traveling and seeing it. So it's brilliant.
Are you excited to bring people from beginners?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really excited to bring people who haven't even been to the gym before, but they've heard about Hyrox as it's hugely trendy at the moment, and to just get them in, just to see. They might have seen it online, people doing wall balls, for example, and just coaching them to do that themselves, just, gives them that bit of extra confidence in themselves, which is exactly what we want.
I know we chatted earlier about the different levels, like you can be a beginner or advanced.
Yeah.
But I think there is, some people think that for Hyrox you have to have a background in it to get involved, but there is no need. No
need at all. There is categories for the ladies and the men's. The ladies categories, there's a certain weight. For the men's category, there's a certain weight. And of course, that's my job to help you build up that strength and that fitness level to be able to feel confident with that weight. I don't expect you to go into a class really unprepared. I want you to really feel confident going into it, and you'll be right at home at H91.
Perfect.
Oh, beautiful thing. Oh.
Well, John, you have some team here, and we are so excited for the coming months. And massive congratulations on setting this up, and roll on December.
Thanks for having us. We love working with you guys. I can't wait to bring you in for a coffee or a nice matcha, maybe.
You're the wellness bar, 100%, and a yoga class as well. Might be a Hyrox. I haven't tried it before, but you made it sound like it's open to everyone.
Come here. Thanks, Mel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.